when the bed do they enter body.
Hey guys, so today I'm showing you guys how I achieve my Afro puff, and keep watching if you want to see how I do that. So before I'll be giving you guys some steps as well onto how I do that. So before I always do my puffs, even if it's mostly an Afro, I like to put my hair in a stretched state. So that could be by putting it in braids or using African threading. But for this video I use some braids because it's faster and quicker than threading, and I didn't really have much thread left. So before we start the video, I'll take these down and you guys will see the difference between like with this and with when I don't try to stretch it out. So one of the reasons that I like stretching my hair out by braiding or African threading is just so I would have it looking like this when I'm trying to put it in a puff. Because if it's in like the washed state and I just put it in a puff, it wouldn't really look as big. But if you want a big puff, it needs to be somewhat stretched before you do that. So I've taken the braids down and combed this really well. So I'm going to be using my bristle brush. Just comb it back this way into like a puff position. And I wouldn't really use hair bands for my hair because it's kind of thick and I can't. Trying to hold it all and put in the hairband, I'm going to have some hair sticking out somewhere. So for me to achieve a very good puff, I use like an old, something like this, just something like it from an old, a long hair tie. I cut this off from an old cloth, I think. Yeah, so, but for trying to relax this part, I'm going to be putting this in just some very light. And I'm going to be using some gel. I'll take this down and I'm going in right away to make my puff. Okay, so I'll be tucking these back here and raising them up and tucking them behind my ears. I try to make sure they are the same length, like that. And then I'm going to cross this like this and take this back here again and cross it again. So behind my ear, I'm going to cross it again. See? So I've crossed it 2 times now. And I'm going to be using my thumb to push this upwards. And as I'm pushing it up, I'm making it tight, but not too tight, just so you don't lose too much of your hair. Okay, so I'm making it tight. Up and tight, so both ways, front and back, front and back. So back to the front now, up and tight, and back and tight. Okay, so it really depends on where you want your afro to stop. So since I want a big one, I'm not going to go all the way up. Like, I'm not going to move this all the way up. Just somewhere halfway there. Up here. If you want it to be big, do not go all the way up. But if you want it to be small, then sure, you can go all the way up. Okay, so I'm going to be making a knot back here, and then I'll be putting the rest of the head high. I'll be tucking them in somewhere. Okay, and we're almost done. Just a few more minutes to go. If you want to, I don't necessarily do this so much, but if you want to, you could work on your edges. And I'll just be putting some gel here. And you really do not want to be spraying water on this, because then it would shrink it. You want the biggest or the most length as much as you can get. So I'm going to fluff this out here. When I'm done combing, I'm going to pat, but not too hard, just very gently, like this, very gently. And if I see that this side is out more, I'm not going to pat it. I'm just going to pat this back in a little bit. You want it to have like a nice oval shape or a nice round shape. So just going to do this. And we are done. So guys, I decided to make the hairband come a little up and show you guys what that would look like. So this is when the last one that I made, the hairband stopped somewhere here. But then I decided to push it up a little bit more, and this is what it looks like. It's still a really nice afro, but it's not as wide as the first one. Here I'll insert like a picture here and show you guys like the difference, where you can already tell like it's not as wide as the other one, just because I pushed the hairband a little up more. Yeah, but it's just a more taller, it has more length to it, and the other one has more width to it. Yeah, but they both, I like to wear them both ways. I don't really have a preference. Just for the video, I decided to make the one that was wider, just so it looks more puffy, I guess. But I really like wearing it both ways. So yeah, okay, this is finally the end of the video. I'll see you guys in my next video.